What's up, everyone? This is FP Sticks bringing you a video today that I'm very proud of. I swept the championship of our draft season for the first time. Thank goodness. Our draft season here in Colorado takes place over the span of like 6 to 7 weeks of the exhibition, and then if you do well enough in the exhibition, you make it to the championship. So you got to go through like quarters, semis, and finally the finals. And I was actually able to win the entire season. So what you're going to see today are my semifinals battles and my finals battles. Now, the draft format that we use is essentially Poke Draft. So you get to select your Pokemon, and once you've picked that particular Pokemon, no one else can have it. So you're not going to run into any mirror matches in draft, which is amazing. So for me personally, the draft format is my favorite type of PvP. You also get to see your opponent's team of 6, so you can kind of strategize and build your line of 3 based off of what you think the best matchups are going to be. So the Pokemon that I drafted, and again, you have to take turns and go along the list of people that are participating. I think we had like 12 or so people participating. So, and I believe I actually selected them in this order. So I drafted Umbreon first, then Toxicroak, then Cresselia, then Sceptile, then Typhlosion. And because I'm so fortunate and have a double legacy Dugong, I was actually able to pick Dugong in my final pick because no one else had picked it up until that point, because I think I'm the only person in our league here in Colorado that has a double legacy Dugong, so I majorly lucked out. Was really happy with this team that I had. And so the semifinals are up against Mace Gwendolez. He's rocking Skarmory, Vigoroth, Haunter, Blastoise, Grottle. Dude, that Grottle messed me up. And then Gliscor. So looking at his team, Umbreon is going to be Umbreon's going to be doing amazing against this team. All I need to do is make sure that my Umbreon avoids the Vigoroth. I have Sceptile in there, it looks like, on this first battle to try to have some play against the Blastoise, but honestly, it's kind of stupid to bring Sceptile in here. And Cresselia is an absolute tank. Even against Haunter, the confusion damage, because I am running confusion on it, is just going to chunk away at it. So let's see how this first battle goes here. Don't know why I brought Sceptile in here. I think it's because earlier on in the season when I had to fight him in the exhibition, he ran Blastoise a lot against my team. So this is like the worst possible scenario here, but I utilized Sceptile as my safe switch, which is not safe at all. What the heck am I thinking, dude? This now gets squared up against the Skarmory. Both of these moves are going to be resisted. Leaf Blade is double resisted. Yeah, it's double resisted, but Aerial Ace is such a crappy move and doesn't get stab on it, and I'm actually able to get to 3 Leaf Blades, so I think this was the correct way to play it out. Chunk down half of Skarmory's health, but this is a crazy loaded Skarmory. Oh man, I know that Vigoroth is in the back, and that's going to be really rough, but I'm getting the Skarmory out of the way, and so I'm thinking, okay, maybe if I just give my Cresselia 2 shields, I can sweep whatever he has in the back line. If it's Haunter, it's amazing. Cresselia is going to do pretty well against Vigoroth. However, when shields are up, because I'm running Confusion, Cresselia does not pressure shields at all because it takes so long to get to its charge moves. So you can see I'm not committing any shields on my Umbreon. I bring out my Cresselia to get a running start on energy here. The Skarmory is out of the picture, and it's the Grottle! The Grottle! A Razor Leaf Grottle, gonna shred right through my shields. My confusion damage is not keeping up with the raw damage of Razor Leaf, and Grottle has access to Body Slam, which is only a 35 energy move, so it's going to be getting to it actually fairly quickly for how terrible of energy generation Razor Leaf is. And so there is no scenario in which I'm going to win this first game. Ugh. In these draft battles, it obviously is very important to win the lead, but you need to have a better safe switch Pokemon. That was a stupid safe switch Pokemon that I brought in. Sceptile really does not have that much play against his team. Just huge mistake on my part bringing that in. These semifinals are best of 5, and as you can see, it gets pretty close towards the end here. So, totally mixing it up. Let's lead Dugong. Hope to catch the Skarmory, but I catch the Grottle. This is not good. Grottle is only pure grass type. I always confuse that with Torterra because Torterra is ground and grass. So Dugong's ice damage would be hitting for double, super effective. He made an amazing sacrificial swap into Skarmory, and this is not good at all. He's just going to be able to farm down my Toxicroak just like he farmed down my Sceptile last game. But at least Toxicroak outputs more damage into this Skarmory, which is good for me. I know he still has that Grottle, and if shields are up, I don't know how I'm going to handle that thing. So I am throwing an Icy Wind here, hoping to get a shield. I do get a shield, which is good for me. But that Razor Leaf freaking Grottle, man, it's going to be rough. I need shields to be down so Cresselia can function a little bit better. I will survive this Sky Attack. Then he switches into Vigoroth, which is very interesting. Cresselia is definitely going to be able to handle this, but you can see how much damage these Body Slams are going to do. They definitely start adding up here. Confusion is really chipping down Vigoroth. Vigoroth is pretty glassy. I will shield up that Body Slam. I know he's very close to another Body Slam. Future Sight would be enough to take out this Vigoroth, so down it goes. And he was smart and saved his shield for the Grottle. He saved it for the Grottle. Great recognition that this Grottle's kind of going to be the win condition here. I bring out my Dugong to chip it down a little bit more, and now I bring out my Cresselia to try to confusion it down, but it does not happen. So close. So close. So I'm down 0-2. If he wins one more game, it's over for me. Looks like I'm going with Typhlosion, Umbreon, and Dugong. Let's see a Skarmory lead. This is good for me. Blastburn will one-shot this Skarmory, absolutely. So I was expecting a switch out, but because he's staying in here, I will throw the Blastburn. I get a shield, really good for me. It was actually a CMP tie. So I will in turn shield this as well. Now Vigoroth comes out, and I don't have a response to this thing, man. Umbreon, not that great. Dugong, not that great. But because he let the Blast Burn through, that was like my saving grace here. The Body Slam takes out Typhlosion, fine by me. Most likely going to bring out Dugong because the Ice Shard damage is going to do way more than the Snarl damage. So, going to have to eat a Body Slam. That is okay. I don't want to have to eat another one, but I'm able to Ice Shard it down. I have an Icy Wind ready. Out comes that Skarmory again. You need to throw the Icy Wind as quickly as possible to get these debuffs onto your opponent. Sacrificial swap into the Grottle, but this Icy Wind is going to do a lot of damage. This is amazing for me. I get the last shield. These Razor Leafs have been dropped. I bring out Umbreon. This is still going to be very close because that's just how insane Razor Leaf is. Body Slam does almost nothing to Umbreon, especially when it's been debuffed. I'm over farming here a lot. It's going to take at least 2 foul plays to take this thing out. It's fairly tanky, man. Oh my gosh. This Razor Leaf Grottle is so annoying for my team to deal with. Almost dead. I'm going to snarl it down. Really good for me. I saved my shield for the Skarmory. But this Skarmory is loaded on energy, which kind of has me worried. But Sky Attack wouldn't even take me out of this range. So I shield it up. Foul play, I still don't think is going to be enough damage to take this thing out. So I just need to get to one more foul play, able to do it, and I'm able to get a win. But I'm still down 1-2. I have to win the next 2 games to progress. So going with a Cresselia lead, but I got the 2 things in the back that are weak to Vigoroth. I need to catch a Vigoroth lead here. This is very reliant on me catching the Vigoroth lead. So we will see how it goes. Boom! That solidified it right there. I need both of my back line to avoid this Vigoroth. So this is really amazing for me. He stays in, farms up some energy. Now I switch into my Dugong. Skarmory's going to beat me to the Sky Attack. Oh man, but he made a mistake and he overfarmed. It takes 5 Air Slashes to get to Sky Attack. It takes 5 Ice Shards to get to the first Icy Wind. Because he overfarmed by 1 Air Slash. Oh man, he's just going for Flash Cannon. Okay. Both of these hit for neutral. Okay, I can see the play for sure. I'm gonna be able to ice shard down this Skarmory, but I'm actually gonna let this. Oh my gosh, it's barely not enough to take me down, and I ice shard it down. Wow, I really needed to maintain switch advantage. That's a pretty gutsy play on my part. He brought in Blastoise this time, but my Umbreon is going to come out because Umbreon absolutely has to avoid the Vigoroth. Vigoroth does have a Body Slam stored, so I need to be conscious of that. He's most likely going to try to switch it in and go for a combo play here once my shields are down. This Blastoise is running Water Gun, Hydro Cannon, and what I'm assuming to be Ice Beam as well to give it some coverage. This is a favorable matchup for Umbreon just because of how bulky it is. And he's committing no shields on this Blastoise, and this really starts getting me worried because I'm like, crap, is a Vigoroth with 2 shields going to be able to beat Cresselia? Body Slam's not going to be enough to take me out. I still have loaded energy on my Umbreon, so I'm aware of that. This is obviously going to start getting some shields here. Future Sight would probably be enough to take out Vigoroth at that health, or it'd be very close. Not going to shield up these Body Slams. I'm going to have to shield up something eventually because Vigoroth like very cleanly outpaces me to these moves. Gonna let this one go through as well. I am within range of being taken out by another Body Slam. Most likely going to get the last shield here. Oh, he lets the Vigoroth go down. Out comes Blastoise. I need these confusions to do more damage. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to snarl down this Blastoise here and hope that he doesn't get to another Hydro Cannon. Woo! That was close. That was close, even with that great lead that I had. Okay, I am hoping for the Skarmory lead here. Same line of 3, but I switched it up. If he leads Vigoroth, it's going to be bad. Oh my gosh. He led Vigoroth. So I essentially have to sack this Dugong. I just have to sack this Dugong. If you are ever in a scenario where both your lead and your backline Pokemon are weak to the same thing, oh my gosh, I brought out Umbreon to make him second guess whether or not he wanted to stay in there with Vigoroth, and especially since he had already been debuffed. Wow, okay. And out comes the Blastoise. I am assuming that it's either the Skarmory or the Grottle in the back. I have not seen the Gliscor come out. It doesn't really have that good of matchups with my team. And that Haunter is scared of the confusion damage from Cresselia and the fact that I have Umbreon. Oh man. I'm up a shield. Vigoroth still has stored energy in the back. I really need to win out this secondary matchup to regain switch advantage to dictate what Pokemon I'm going to bring in. So this is very important here. Down goes the Blastoise. I've regained switch advantage. Out comes Vigoroth to farm down some more. And he dumps some energy here, which is really good for me. I don't think I would have been able to get to that foul play. But now, if it's Skarmory in the back, my Dugong will be able to get lined up with that. If it's Grottle in the back, at least my Cresselia has some energy head start right here. What is in the back? It's the Skarmory. I'm trying to switch into my Dugong, but it's so clunky. Oh my gosh. I'm right at an Icy Wind. I do need to shield up this Sky Attack. Okay, he did not go for Flash Cannon this time. I overtapped there on the Icy Wind. Kind of stupid on my part. I should have thrown it right away. No shields it. Most likely going to save his shield for the Vigoroth. Oh my gosh. Do I survive the Sky Attack? Just barely. Able to get off this Icy Wind. I did undertap that one. I get the last shield. Skarmory farms me down. I almost have a Future Sight, but out comes Vigoroth. He catches the Future Sight with Vigoroth, and now I'm able to confusion down the Skarmory. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be able to barely confusion down the Skarmory. And he cleared his debuffs. So I'm very close to getting hit by another Sky Attack, but one confusion does it. So that allowed me to go to the finals. Very good games there, Mace Quindolas. I made a huge comeback and got very fortunate with leads there. The finals are going to be against CMGW. Again, it's a best of 5. So let's see how these finals go. Looking at his team, he is running Altaria, Melmetal, Ivysaur, Primeape, Mew, and Politoed. So the question is always, what moveset is Mew running? Once you discover that, you can kind of dictate what Pokemon you're going to bring in. And is that a Razor Leaf Ivysaur or is it a Vine Whip Ivysaur? Those are kind of the questions that's going through my head. But Cresselia is looking really nice against this team. I'm assuming his Mew is going to be running Shadow Claw. But other than the Mew and the Melmetal, I really like Cresselia here. And I think I actually switched my move over to Aurora Beam because in our draft format, you can change movesets between opponents. You don't have to stay with the same moveset for the whole season. And then it looks like I'm bringing in Umbreon and Toxicroak. So let's see how this goes here. My Umbreon needs to avoid the Primeape. Oh my gosh. He leads Primeape. And so here's an example right here where probably what he has in the back doesn't have the best response to Cresselia as well. So he's just totally sacking this Primeape. He might have even got the boost on that first Night Slash, but because that does so much damage. Okay, he got the boost right there. The freaking Primeape almost takes out my Cresselia, man. What the heck? That was insane. Okay, Primeape is down. I get a shield on the Mew. Mew's able to farm me down, but I have Umbreon as a very solid response to this Mew. I highly doubt that he's running Focus Blast. And I doubt he's running like low sweep or something like crappy like that. Okay, Psyshock does absolutely nothing. Out comes Altaria. Oh my gosh. My Toxicroak is going to do nothing against this entire line. It's going to do nothing against Mew. It's going to do nothing against Altaria, especially since that Mew has Psyshock. It's going to one-shot my freaking Toxicroak. So Umbreon is going to have to carry me to victory here. Now, at some point in time, okay, I do switch in my Toxicroak right here. I should have switched it in a little bit sooner because then I actually might have been able to get to a Sludge Bomb, but I didn't want to commit any shields in this matchup, and this actually forced him to use a shield. He was worried that it was a Sludge Bomb. So this is amazing. Way to go, Toxicroak. You got that last shield, which is exactly what I needed. He makes a good swap into Mew, but honestly, I was going to be dropping foul plays on Mew anyways, so I still don't know what the second move is, and we see MP tie here, not good. It's just another Psyshock, so great bait. I don't know what the second move is yet. And he's going to keep it a secret this round, which is the smart play. It's going to keep me guessing. Sky Attack is not enough to take me out. I'm barely able to get to this foul play, even after he lost the lead that hard. He like almost won. It's because my Toxicroak was horrible to bring in right there. Really good first game. Okay, gonna lead with Dugong because I have a feeling that Altaria is gonna be coming out in the lead. Just got a feeling. And boom, there it is. Great lead for me. Really great lead for me. But just because you win the lead doesn't mean that you're gonna win the game. You have to maintain the switch advantage. So I was expecting him to switch out, but he is not doing it. So Dugong's just going to straight take this opening matchup again. He sacks his lead. He must not have brought in Melmetal or anything. Okay, out comes Primeape to farm me down, but because I overfarmed on the Altaria, I'm able to get an Icy Wind off on this Primeape. Primeape, so freaking glassy, and most likely he's running close combat, or he might have Cross Chop as the second move. Cross Chop would be the way to go. Okay, Cresselia is going to be a wall to this. These Night Slashes really don't do that much damage. And out comes Mew. I brought out my Typhlosion to get some extra Ghost-type damage on this Mew. All I've seen so far is Psyshock. What is the second move? I do not know what it is. Blast Burn would have been enough to take out Mew at that range. Now, I cannot overfarm here too much, because Typhlosion's also pretty dang glassy in Great League. So, but I do overfarm there a little bit. I don't want to get hit by another Psyshock, so I'm just going to take out this Mew. Out comes the Primeape, and I am barely able to get to a Blast Burn and take out this Primeape. Okay, I just need to win one more game, and I have solidified the finals. Gonna lead Umbreon. I feel like there's a Mew lead. I was totally wrong. Melmetal came out. The thing is, this Melmetal has to land this Melmetal has to land superpowers. And what you saw me do there, even though I have Toxicroak, which is a really good answer to this Melmetal, I also have Cresselia, which is not good against Melmetal. So this is what I was talking about. When you have your lead Pokemon and something in the back that both don't have favorable matchups against whatever they lead, sometimes you just have to sack the Pokemon or at least try to get some shields off, which is what I'm doing here. This Melmetal has to land a superpower. These Rock Slides are not going to be enough. I'm down in shield. Now I switch in my Cresselia, which is a questionable play. He lands a Rock Slide, switches in his Mew. Okay. Are we ever going to see what the second move on this Mew is? Going for an Aurora Beam bait here. Really good. I get the shield. Pretty sure at this point I'm just going to no shield this because I want to see what this move is. It's Dark Pulse. That means my Umbreon completely walls the Mew. And with that newfound knowledge, I'm going to bring in Umbreon, overfarm so heavily. So heavily going to overfarm here. If there's an Altaria in the back, this is going to be looking pretty rough. If it's the Primeape in the back, we totally got this because Toxicroak beats the other fighters. So I know that I am totally walling this Mew, heavily overfarming here. Foul play is going to be enough to take it out. It is the Primeape in the back. I immediately switch to my Toxicroak. I feel like he's going to attempt to make a sacrificial swap onto his Melmetal. I expected maybe a close combat to come there, but it did not happen. He's still staying in here, so I'm going to throw the Mud Bomb to pressure this last shield. I know the Melmetal's going to be coming through. He's going to try to sack. I know he's going to try to sacrificial swap. Night Slash again, not enough to take me out. Out comes the Melmetal. I get one more counter's worth of energy. Mud Bomb is going to solidify it. I swept the finals, and I was so happy because I can't tell you the number of times that I have done so well in Exhibition. This is like the 5th or 6th season, and every single season, I believe, maybe except one, I've made it to the finals and then choked horribly. So it felt so good to finally win one of these seasons. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate this variety of content. Make sure to check me out on Twitch. The link will be down in the description. And if you would like to support the channel, head on over to my Patreon. The link will be down in the description as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.